Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. Welcome back to 100 Line Last Defense Academy. We are on day 16. My name is Brand. We are going to be going into the true timeline route. That's the only thing I'm going to describe it right now. This is the final ending. Maybe, probably not, but we'll see. We did learn a lot last episode, about Hiruko, more or less just specifics, and some of the mysteries from some of the other routes. And I highly recommend you playing through some of the other routes or watching through them before you get into this one. But man, it's been amazing. And I'm going to leave it up so that way you guys can see it all. And it's all just bare for everyone to see. All right. After breakfast, I headed back to my room to think out my next move. Hiruko said we'd go change history tonight. That still gives me most of the day to do other stuff. Maybe I'll head back to my room, then go hang out with someone for a while. Okay, cool. Let's do it. All right, we got everything we needed. Day turned to night. Taking care not to be spotted, Hiruko and I snuck out of the school. We made our way along the road that led us to the old lab. Along the way, Hiruko began speaking. I discovered the parallel leap machine on my 37th loop. I decided to investigate every corner of this old town and happened upon it by chance. Over the next few loops, I'd go back when my memories returned and try to learn more about it. By the 49th loop, I, more or less, knew what I could do and how to operate it. So we still don't know who made it or why it's still here. Why were you so determined to figure it out, though? You probably won't believe me. Don't laugh, all right? Okay. I heard a voice while I was sleeping. It said, that machine will be your salvation. You're seriously? You said you wouldn't laugh. Sorry, it's just... You must have just been hearing things, right? She ignored me and carried on walking. I followed after her, a safe distance, feeling like I just poked a hornet's nest. Weird. I still can't help wondering what that machine is doing here in the first place. Someone here must have been researching parallel universes. Somebody? Who? Researchers, probably. What researchers? How am I supposed to know? Let's just be grateful we have access to such a useful resource. Come on. That's so weird. Like the last time, Hiruko and I dispelled our class armor and got inside the lab. We can't wear leap suits and class armor at the same time, right? We've been over this before. The leap suits repel our hemo and ema. I know, but why do they have that function? Leaping is achieved using cryptoglobin, or rather using its energy waves. The infinite parallel universes out there exist in a space filled with cryptoglobin energy. Oh, blood space! It surges in constant waves and unpredictable patterns. To leap, we have to harness those waves. It's almost like surfing. We ride the waves in that space to get to our destination. Doing that without protection puts a lot of strain on the body. Yeah, I know. I've experienced it myself.
You got off easy. Serious leap damage can affect the brain and rob you of your memories and your ability to reason.
Hey, I'm tougher than I look.
You're so pretty. You're pretty cool.
Please take this serious. If you parallel leap 2, maybe 3 more times with exposed skin, your body will eject all of its cryptoglobin.
Oh, like it doesn't get better over time?
That means no more revivals. You'll die, and you'll stay dead.
Oh. My point is, to avoid leap damage, you have to avoid touching that cryptoglobin energy directly. So that's why the leap suits cover your whole body and push it away from us. That's right. Oh, thanks for clearing that up. I have another question, though. You said we're going to change history tonight. What exactly is that going to involve? The same thing as when I went to the Hunt Mystery timeline on day 5, erasing the Gi data from that Takumi's brain. I've got everything we need right here on this thumb drive. That's the thing Sire gave you, right? The cerebral glitch repair program. Yes, the only difference is that we'll be treating the killer zombie version of you. Let's call him Takumi 2 to make things easier. At this rate, Takumi 2 is going to become a killer. We're going to treat him before he can commit his first murder. That's not all. We've got something else that we need to do in that timeline. What's that? In that version of history, I know, Takumi actually kills somebody tonight. Who's that? Hiruko 2. In other words, me. Wait. Does he? Wait. No, that can't be right. Oh crap, that's right. Oh my gosh, I remember now. We attacked Hiruko, and then Takumi attacked. Oh my gosh. What? We have to prevent that murder before we move on to treat him. Hold on a minute. I don't remember any timeline like that. Wait. Yeah, I remember it very well. I don't know what to tell you. I'm the one who got killed. I remember it very clearly. What? Oh my gosh. Guys. This changes everything. Just this one line. Okay, so Hiruko's timelines are different than ours? Tonight around 11 p.m., I'll be killed by Takumi 2 in the biolab. You probably just have recovered these memories yet. Is that why? I guess I did repress a lot of memories of that time. Hey Hiruko, what time is it now? She tapped on her glasses near the temple before replying, 9:18. How did you know? My glasses have clockwork function built into it. The lenses can function as transparent heads-up display to show me whatever time it was whenever I touch them just here. It'll be a problem if you can't keep track of time. Here, you can have this. This device? I have another of my own. Just switch it on and it'll display the time. Take it. Rico pressed me the little machine and it slipped into my pocket. It said 9:18. 9:19 now. Then we better hurry up. Leaping takes you to the same point in time, right? We can't go back forward or back. That's true, but we can't go yet. Why? Remember why I told you about riding the waves to alternate timelines? They're from a space filled with cryptoglobin energy, so let's call them blood space waves. Anyway, we can only leap when they're on their highest intensity. That's why I likened it to surfing. Sometimes you have to wait for a big enough wave to come along. But when is that going to be? Take a look at your device I gave you. Took a look at the device and turned it on. Displayed some kind of diagram of the waves, along with two times. Between 10:20 and 1:15 a.m. tonight? Yes, we'll only be able to leap during that time. But you said Takumi kills Hiruko 2 at 11 p.m. So even if we leap as soon as that window opens, we'll only have 40 minutes. That's right, 40 minutes to get it all done. But it takes over half an hour just to get back to the school from there. Would you prefer to call it a taxi? I know it won't be easy, but we still have to try. So, okay. Let me talk about like this, I guess. All of the events that we saw before are based off of this timeline. So, but Hiruko doesn't have those same memories. She doesn't remember getting saved by the leap suiters. She remembers dying, which is a very big deal and very different than what we even know. We should know that that's wrong because we saw Hiruko kiss us. Oh man, this is insanity. While we waited for the blood space waves, Hiruko showed me how the machine works. Wow, it's a lot more simple than I thought. Everything sounds simple when it's explained to you. I had to put a lot of work to figure it all out. That's fair. It was just 10:19, just 1 minute until we jump. We'd already changed into our leap suits and adjusted the machine settings. Let's go over everything one last time. What timeline are we leaping to? Killer zombie. And what's our objective? To remove key data from Takumi 2's brain and prevent Hiruko 2's murder. Good, it's time. Let's get started. I hit the red button on the control console. We both stepped onto the platform. Okay, let's do this. Here we go. Oh, cool. Oh, cool. Oh, it's so sweet. I forgot how nice it looked the last time we went here.
Huh?
Did we do it? Did we leap?
No.
Don't just stand there. We gotta get going. Hiruko was already on her way outside. I grabbed a fire extinguisher and hurried after her. Should we take off leap suits first? I can't remember which loop it was, but I tried doing this in my regular clothes once. It didn't end well. Wait, what? There's 2 Hirukos. This one's a fake one. It must be Shapeshifting Commander. They captured me and shut me up in a cage in the courtyard from then till day 100. If he wants the same thing to happen to you, I won't stop.
No.
Now pick up the pace. You know we won't. We don't have a lot of time. Hiruko took off running. I did the same, and we started our journey back to the school. We still had a ways to go. And so I decided to ask something. Hey, can you tell me more about what happened between Hiruko 2 and Takumi 2? It all started around this time, actually. I couldn't sleep, so I decided to take a walk around the school. That's when Takumi 2 attacked me. The key data in his brain must have finally taken over. He chased me into the biolab. He was far stronger than he had any right to be. The key can draw out superhuman reserves of strength from its host, after all. He slammed my head on the operating table while I was still dazed from that. Well, you get the idea. I never had a chance to fight back. We'd almost reached the academy. I could see the wall of fire from here. Suddenly, Hiruko stopped and picked something up off the ground. Is that a power saw? You will be needing this. What for? Takumi 2 locked the biolab door behind him when he attacked me. We'll have to break it down to get him. This is the fastest way to do it. I was starting to get a bad feeling about this. Hold on. I've seen his power saw kill our friends in this timeline. By taking that into the school, we're putting them all in danger. That won't happen. We're going to cure Takumi 2 after all. This is the dumb... Wow. What? Okay, hold on. So Hiruko dies because nobody intervened. We all get looped. We gain all the memories from that timeline where she's alive. And we pick up the power saw and we say, this is the thing that's going to kill everyone. She says, no, it won't, because we're going to stop it. But you were alive in that last timeline. Oh my gosh. We won't. How can you be so sure? Enough talk. You're my servant, aren't you? You said you'd do anything to help, didn't you? I guess I did, but... Then don't talk back. Just do as you're told. Hiruko took off toward the wall, power saw in hand. I followed a few steps behind, trying to keep down the panic rising in my chest. Before long, we arrived at school. I checked the time. It displayed the corner of the window. 10:56. We only got 4 minutes. We have to hurry. We barreled through the entrance hall and into the hallway. Hiruko kept going, though through the halls and up the stairs. It was all I could do to keep up with her. Soon enough, we reached the 2nd floor. Wait a minute. There's something interesting about this, because this is a timeline to take action or not. And that sends us down the comedy route. How does that work? Soon enough, we reached the 2nd floor. I found myself outside the door to the biolab. Hiruko had gotten there before me, of course. I saw the 2 of them run in here just now. Hiruko 2 went in first, then Takumi 2 chased after her. He was carrying a kitchen knife, just like I remember in that case. That's right, the door's locked. Damn it. Pulled on the door myself and couldn't get it budge. Then I heard noise from inside. That was probably Hiruko getting thrown around. It's already 10:59. Shoot, this is bad. We're almost out of time. Stand back. I barely had time to react whenever she revved the power saw and charged forward. There was a terrible splintering sound. The door yielded, a relentless rotating metal blade. Come on. Following Hiruko's lead, I stepped into the biolab. But I was not ready for what was waiting for me inside. Took me a moment to process what had happened. Hiruko had gone in first, but now she was crumpled on the floor. A blow from Takumi too must have sent her flying. From the sound of it, that groan, she was going to be out of action for a little while. And on the other hand, on the side of the operating table, is Hiruko too. She was also on the floor and looked pretty out of it too. Both of the Hirukos were down for the count. Obviously, only one person could be responsible for this. Takumi 2, this timeline's Takumi. Of me. Our eyes met. I froze. I wasn't used to looking at myself outside of my own body. It was such a surreal experience. I just stood there, forgetting even how to breathe. But it wasn't long until time started to flow again. I was dragged back to reality. Takumi 2 raised a kitchen knife and dashed towards me. Hiruko said the leap suits could repel Himonema, but that wasn't a class weapon he was holding. It was more than that, capable of tearing through my suit and hurting me. He swung wildly, but I did my best to dodge his blows. Obviously, it wasn't about to let myself get killed, especially not by my own doppelganger. But I couldn't keep dodging forever. He was sure to hit me sooner or later. I needed a weapon, something I could use first to fight back. Right. As the thought crossed my mind, my foot brushed against something. I glanced down. It was the power saw. Hiruko must have dropped it when she got knocked over. And it was still running. I ducked down, grabbed it, and swung it to the side. The blade connected with the other me's knife, and it sent it flying. I didn't stop him, though. He grabbed my arm, trying to take the power saw from me. I was about to go down with it. I wasn't going to go down without a fight. I wrenched it away and kicked him in the stomach. He slammed against the wall and fell to the floor, his face contorted in pain. I must have hit him pretty hard. He wouldn't be getting up anytime soon. I took advantage and lull in the fight to go check on Hiruko too. She didn't seem to have any visible injuries, but I had to make sure she was okay. With all that strafing around I'd been doing, not to mention the run over here, I wasn't exactly feeling at my best. I fought through the fatigue and lumbered over to this timeline's Hiruko. But just as I was about to reach her, something slammed into me hard from behind. I staggered a few steps, suddenly off balance. Takumi 2 saw his opportunity and took it. That's kind of cool that we get to see his side of the story on this. As the two of us grappled, we found ourselves near the window. And then next thing I knew, I was in the air, with Takumi still clinging to me. He must have tackled me so much force that it sent us right through the window. Shards of glass were all around us, sparkling into the night air. For one weird, disconnected moment, it actually looked kind of beautiful. But then the laws of physics kicked in, and we were falling. That's like the second time this has happened. I remember that, where he just like jumps out a window. It's like, oh, it's nice and floating, and then we just fall, rocketed toward the ground. Then either of us could deal with. Yeah. What in the world? My leap suit must have provided some protection, because falling from second story ceiling didn't hurt nearly as much as it should have. Maybe you're just used to it by now. You just keep jumping out of second story buildings. I saw the power saw lying to my side. I grabbed it and got to my feet, looking around for Takumi 2. He was standing nearby, maybe 30 feet. It looked like he had just gotten on his feet. He was still swaying unsteadily. Well, I'd prevented Hiruko 2's murder, but just left one thing still to do in this timeline. We had to treat Takumi 2. I couldn't let him get away now. I tightened my grip on my power saw and ran toward him. My double saw me coming and ran. Stayed on his tail till we eventually cornered him in front of the wall of fire. Raised my power saw and revved it. In the light of the undying flames, the blade glistened ominously. I was going to kill Takumi 2, obviously. I didn't even want to hurt him. He may be from an alternate reality, but he was still me, after all. So what was I going to do? Just threaten him? If he thought I was out to kill him, maybe he'd come quietly. I decided to go with that and hefted the blade again. Wait, something doesn't seem right. Haven't I seen this before? Oh shit. I couldn't have been distracted for more than 2 seconds, but that was all he needed. Pain flashed across my left leg, and my view started to tilt to the side. I was toppled over. Everything seemed to slow down. I found myself thinking, I should have seen this coming. Then my downward movement came to an abrupt stop. Felt my head slam against the cold, hard ground. Even with my helmet on, it was still a real shock to the system. I was majorly disoriented. I could barely two coherent thoughts together, let alone come up with a plan to fight back. Though instinct more than anything else, I managed to stagger back to my feet. My thoughts were still hazy, but one thing was abundantly clear. I didn't have the power saw anymore, so it must be. Now it's my turn! Fear took over, and I ran toward the school as fast as I could.
You won't get away!
The tables had turned. Now Takumi 2 was after me. Fortunately, he wasn't moving very fast. Probably because he was way down by the power saw. My vision was back to normal now, but the haze around my thoughts was still there. It felt like I was forgetting something important, but I couldn't think what. But before I could figure it out, Takumi 2 made his move. He discarded the power saw, tossing it aside into the bushes. Now that he'd lightened his load, he was a lot faster than before, gaining out on me fast. He and I were the same person, of course, so our running speeds should have been the same, but I had this big, clunky leap suit slowing me down. It's only a matter of time before he catches me. I need to find somewhere to ditch this suit. Right as that thought crossed my mind, the outline of the school came into view up ahead. I put on a burst of speed, running for the school with all my might. I scrambled into the hallway and up the stairs. My feet were barely even touching the ground as I fled along the second floor. Finally, I tumbled into the bathroom. I held my breath and listened hard. I could hear footsteps in the hallway outside. They got closer, then passed by, and it gradually faded. Phew. I let out a sigh and then leaned against the wall. My head was swimming. I just stood there and spaced out for a while. So what am I supposed to do now? I still have to get that guy under control somehow. Maybe I could hide and try to get a jump on him? The suit's so hard to move around in, though. I won't do anything stealthy in this. It'll be easy for him to turn the tables on me if anything goes wrong, too. The solution to that was obvious enough. Took off my leap suit. Looking around, I found a supply closet and stowed it in one of them. Okay, I better get going. We need to fix this quick, before our window of leap back closes. The first move would be to find Hiruko. She was probably still in the biolab. I walked toward the bathroom door, but just as I was about to open it. They have hidden in the bathroom? Guess I better check. Why do you have to pick now to think about looking in here? I looked around for an exit, but there was no point in hiding in one of the stalls, but I guess I'd find out right away. In that case, there's only one way out. I ran out the window and opened it. I jumped out with all my energy I could muster. but something went wrong. Maybe it was the fatigue setting in, but I couldn't control my posture like I wanted to. I fell. Flat on my back, my head hitting the ground in a sickening crunch. I'd really done it this time. My consciousness was leaving me, like smoke blown away in strong breeze. Right before it all went dark, I was aware of footsteps nearby and somebody saying something.
Are you okay? Hold on. Stay with me.
That was where my memory cut for the day. The next thing I knew, my mind melded away into chaos and confusion. Day 17. Ding dong, bing bong. Oh, I was right. Thank you so much, Sirei. I woke up suddenly. I looked around, trying to orient myself.
Can't you tell? It's your room. In the SF timeline, that is.
SF?
Steady, fundamental. It's the one we started off in.
Did you have to carry me here again?
Yes. You need to start taking better care of yourself. I'm not your mother, you know.
I don't understand.
It's like when a child falls asleep in front of the TV, and their mother picks them up and puts them to bed. I've basically done the same for you. Several times now.
When you put it like that, I did feel kind of guilty. I shifted uncomfortably and sat up in bed. What happened after I blacked out? Don't worry about it, we fulfilled both of our goals. Huh? Right, I figured we saved Hiruko too, but what about the other one? We don't need to worry about Takumi 2's parasite problem. I actually had 2 thumb drives. Nigo gave me an extra one as a spare. I gave it to Hiruko too. I revealed myself to her and explained everything. Really? Huh? Did she already know about the time loop and parallel leaping? No, not every me in my every timeline has the same memories. She'd only recover a few fragments so far. It must have been hard for her to wrap her head around. She managed just fine, you know. She is a past version of me, after all. I know her history very well. I even remember what happened next from when I was her. Huh? Really? Now you did? As Hiruko 2, I injected Takumi 2 with an anesthetic and used the repair program to treat him. A program I got from a thumb drive given to me by Hiruko 1. That was all well and good, but she hadn't seen it for herself this time. That made me uneasy. I took the device from Hiruko. Then, the next time the blood space wave surges, thinking leaping back to Killer Zombie to checking in on it. Don't you believe me? It's not like that. Either way, we won't be leaping anytime soon. Look at the screen. 1 to 5 p.m. on day 20? What happens on day 20? Let's see here. Day 20, we have free time with the second scenario route. The Veshness route were captured. Retsnom route? We're looking for stuff in Retsnom route. That may be interesting. The slasher route, we have free time. Comedy route, we have free time. So we may go back to the slasher route. But didn't Hiruko say... I'll have to re-look it up, and you could actually look it up right now, live. Didn't she say she tried to use it to update, and then for some reason it didn't work or something? I think she did. I think she said that she tried to stop it, but she couldn't stop the Gi thing. Right. We won't be able to leap again until then. That's 3 days from now. So we're staying put for 3 days. That's just how it works. Do the surges have any kind of pattern? Unfortunately, no. Everything from their variation to their wavelengths to their regularity is completely random. The same goes for the periods when they surge and how long they last. I'm surprised how well that worked out. I like that leap suit reliving some crucial moments that we didn't even get to see all of. We never really know what we're dealing with until they arrive. Okay. We're lucky these devices even allow us to predict the next surge. For now, you'll just have to trust me. So, Takumi 2's really fine now? We don't have to worry about him anymore? That's right. That ain't good. After breakfast, I went back to the roof to think. Our next sleep is on day 20, and the next battle is on night of day 21. That gives me some downtime before then, but I still have to use it productively. I decided to go back to my room and then take a walk around the school, see what everyone else was doing. Okay, well, we're going to use some free time. Ding dong, bing bong. Good night. Hiruko said that the killer zombie Takumi 2 was fixed now, so where was she going to leap on day 20? I had other questions for her too, but they could wait until tomorrow. Right now, all I want to do is go to bed. Sleepy Takumi. Day 18. Ding dong bing bong. Thank you so much, Sirei. Alright, cafeteria. As usual, everyone wandered off to do their own thing after. At some point, I lost track of Hiruko. Maybe I'll wait until tonight to speak to her. Having decided on that, I began to look for ways to spend the rest of my day. Free time, baby. Why did you ask me to come all the way out here? Sorry, I wanted to make sure we wouldn't be interrupted. But I didn't even bring my writing crop. What? I didn't call you out here so you could give me some secret spanking. Do you want me to step on you then? Dear Lord, what is up with her, dude? No, not that either. So what do you want? It's about leaping. I was worried someone might overhear us as we talked in our rooms. Like how you ended up following me and poking your nose where it didn't belong. What did you want to ask? First of all, the blood space waves are going to surge on day 20. What timeline are we going to jump to? You really want to know? Yeah. Can I drip molten candle wax on your cowlick? Was it a Hoge? This is like molten candle wax on his Hoge. Why would you want to do that? I want to see what it looks like slicked down. Aw, that's kind of cute, actually. I'm actually still thinking about which timeline to visit next. I'll let you know when I come to a decision. Oh, I guess we're moving. New location. 2 days ago, you said the parallel leap machine was made by some kind of researchers, right? I don't know what that for sure. It's just speculation. That's fine. Let's assume it's true. By which side were the researchers on? Were they human or invaders? There's really no way to tell. From the look of the lab building, it doesn't seem to have any government or military connections. Perhaps they were part of a smaller organization or built it in secret as part of some private endeavor. I mean, think about it. No matter who built it, the machine could provide a huge advantage to the war effort. So the fact that no one's used it means neither side knows it exists. That's what I think anyway. Neither Veshness nor Sirei or Inigo have ever mentioned parallel leaping either. Well, we do know at one point somebody in Veshness does learn about it. Not ever? No, not in any timeline I've seen in over 146 loops. We moved again, a new location, new question. So about our most recent leap. Our objective was to change history by saving Hiruko 2 and stopping Takumi 2 from becoming a serial killer. Did we really achieve that objective, though? Of course, Hiruko 2 is still alive and Takumi 2 was successfully treated. What are you so worried about? It's just, isn't there a timeline out there where we didn't succeed? Naturally, there are infinite possibilities out there in the blood space realm. But if that's the case, is it even accurate to say we changed history? Isn't it more like we created a new timeline, kind of like laying down a new train rails to replace old ones? Yes, but what of it? I'm just wondering if there's any point in it. The old rails still exist, so have we really fixed anything? Trust me, there's definitely a point. Why? Let's say there's a train that is destined to constantly run through a fiery hellscape. The passengers inside would be forced to endure constant pain and suffering. Now imagine we lay a new set of rails, branching off from that one. One version of the train now gets to enjoy a safe, comfortable journey. Of course, one of them is still destined to burn in hellfire. There's no changing that. But it's better than if we'd never added that second line at all. At least this gives the passengers a 1 in 2 chance at happiness. I think I get what she means, but still. I'm still having trouble coming to terms with this. What's the problem? Are we even laying down new rails at all? What do you mean? When we leapt 2 days ago, things played out in the killer's zombie timeline exactly like I remembered from when I was Takumi 2. The only difference was I was seeing them from the steady fundamental perspective as Takumi 1. The person who attacked me was a power saw when I was Takumi 2. It was actually me, Takumi 1. It took me a while to notice what was happening, and I still don't understand it. Without even meaning to, I ended up making history repeat itself. Almost like I was on rails, going along a predetermined route. It makes me feel like destiny is controlling us or something. And I got to thinking, what if history refuses to change? What if our actions don't create new timelines after all? I already told you Hiruko 2 is alive and Takumi 2 has retreated. That's something that wouldn't have happened without our intervention. We definitely created a new timeline. But the fact that the history seemed to repeat itself for you is probably just leap damage. Remember what I told you, leap damage can affect your memories and your ability to reason if it reaches your brain. Obviously, I hadn't made my point clearly enough. I had a feeling that loss of reasoning was also something that happened because it was part of the predetermined history. Interesting. Like we could escape it no matter what we did. Hiruko and I finished talking and went back to the roof. You look like you still have doubts. I'm telling you, it's nothing to worry about. We're creating new timelines, and it's changing things for the better. If we weren't, there'd be no point in anything we do here in this timeline. Don't forget your promise. I'll build us a future where we can all be happy. That's what you said. Does that help? Or are you going to sleep better tonight? I don't know. I'll go get you some medicine to help you sleep. Take it, go to bed, and forget all about these groundless worries. Understand? She left before I could respond as well, as usual. After that, I took the sleeping medicine that Hiruko brought me and sank down into a deep sleepless dream. Or dreamless sleep. Sleepless dream. You know what? I'm starting to suspect this Hiruko. All right, so hear me out. So there's one problem. We don't have this over here in the mystery route right here. Okay, so on day 20, nothing happens, so we don't have to worry about too much. We may do something there, we'll see. But if you go all the way down here on the mystery route, on day 86, I think. Where are you at, you punk? There it is, 82. On day 82, a bunch of people are dead, not Hiruko. And I think Hiruko's trying to get the numbers so we could leave early. I think that's her plan. We'll see. So I think Hiruko is the killer on day 82. And I think she is gathering the numbers. So she's being very specific as to who she kills to get the numbers so that we have all of the numbers and she could permanently remember them so she could leave whatever she wants, including saving everybody. So I think that's what she's doing, and she's setting up for that. After that, I took the sleeping medicine. Yeah, okay. Dreamless sleep. Sleepless dream. Day 19. Double ellipses. What the? Huh? Wait, huh? I jolted awake. Judged by the sky outside, it was nighttime. I practically slept through the whole day. The sleeping medicine had done its job at any rate. That's some strong stuff. Weirdly, my face really hurt now. I had no idea what could have caused that. Rubbing my sore cheek, I looked at the clock. It was 7:15. At this time of day, there might still be people in the cafeteria having dinner. Okay, I'll go check it out. Hey, there's Amito. You're finally awake, huh? Yeah. Man, I can't stop thinking about that time we just saw. About what we just saw. It was awesome. Yeah, I know, right? It's so much fun. Huh? What are you guys talking about? Nico's hidden talent, man. It was some next level shit. I can't believe it. They did it again.
How very nice of you to say.
Oh, right. This is day 19. I always seem to miss it, no matter what timeline I'm in.
It was a wonderful performance.
Indeed. It was truly high-class entertainment. I was so inspired, I practically ascended into the higher plane of consciousness. Isn't that right, sister dearest? What the shit? Those 6 hours flew by in a flash.
Why did you try? We did try waking you up, Takumi. But no matter how hard I slapped you, it never did any good.
That's why my cheeks hurt so much? Well, that's too bad for you.
Nico, could you do it one more time for Takumi? I'm sorry, but each one of my shows is absolutely unique. No recordings, no repeats, no exceptions.
But I think she actually said that, didn't she? I don't remember. I looked over at Hiruko, our eyes met, and she joined in on the conversation. You missed out on the opportunity of a lifetime. Apparently, I was the only one who missed it this time, too. This was so unfair. I gritted my teeth and glared daggers at Hiruko. Oh, that's why. That's why she gave us the sleeping medicine? What a bitch, dude. Guys, we need to hate Hiruko now. She prevented us from seeing Nigo's awesome talent. She just laughed. She was enjoying this. All at once, her offering to help me sleep made a whole lot more sense. She played a prank. Well, played a little time looper prank. After dinner, I ran into the war room as fast as I could. Sirei and Nigo were there waiting for us. Oh my gosh. I turned to Nigo and made a sincere, heartfelt entreaty. Please, just this once. I don't need the full 6-hour show. Just 5 minutes would be enough.
Sorry, old boy. But like I said, I never repeat a perform.
Oh, can't you make an exception? Give it up, Sumito. Oh, come on. You two are always do whatever Hiruko says.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
The cerebral glitch program. You gave that to her when she asked for it, right? Well, yeah, she said she really needed it. And that was enough for you to hand it over? Nah, of course not. All this on day 4, right? Tsuzuhara came to us and told us about the time loop.
She even told us top secret intel only Nigo and I should know about. That's what convinced me she was telling the truth. And that's when she made us an offer we couldn't refuse. I know which days the enemy attacks will happen. I'll share this information with you, but you have to do as I say in return. I mean, who's gonna turn down a deal like that? Her ultimate goal is for all of you to survive through to day 100. In other words, she wants to win the war just like we do. Her interests and ours match up. So it only seemed natural that we agree to work together. Hence, why I gave her the thumb drive.
Do you feel the same, Nigo?
You mean, is that why I comply with Miss Tsuzuhara's requests?
I nodded.
Not exactly. It's more than that I feel indebted to her. She went to the trouble of forcing me away from second to last Defense Academy on day 6 after all. If I'd stayed there, I'd probably be a pile of lifeless scrap by now. have been obliged to self-destruct at some point, and well, I'm just grateful that it didn't have to come to that.
I didn't give up. I begged Nigo to show me his hidden talent for a little while longer. But my pleas fell on deaf ears and I had to leave disappointed. I returned to my room and got into bed. Despite not doing very much during the day, I fell asleep pretty easily. That night, I had a dream about Nigo juggling flaming torches while playing the theremin. That's kind of cool. All right, day 20. Thank you so much, Sirei. After breakfast, I went looking for Hiruko. I found her up on the roof. I made sure no one was around before speaking to her. Hey, got a minute? You want to know about today's leap, I assume? We could go starting from 1 p.m., right? There's still plenty of time to train in the meantime. Don't forget, we have a battle coming up tomorrow night. Have you decided what we're going to do? Yes, to the Retstom timeline. Retstom? I suppose you don't know about that one? Or just haven't remembered yet? In that timeline, you and Darumi are raising a strange creature called Retstom. Okay, but why are we leaping there? To find someone, specifically a mysterious old person. For some reason, he only appears in certain timelines. We won't find him here in the steady fundamental branch, no matter how hard we look. Wait, why? But he's there in the Retstom timeline? I think so. I met him there once before. I was exploring the ruins and found him standing outside a cave. Then he said something. It looks like you're caught in the curse cycle. I could only vaguely remember, but that phrase sounded familiar to me too. I hadn't recovered my memories at that point, so I didn't recognize the significance of what he said. But I do now. When he spoke about the curse cycle, he's referring to the time loop. So whoever this old guy is, he knows about the time loop. Yes, and there's a chance he's also knows how to leave it. I gulped. With that in mind, we're leaping to that timeline this afternoon. But no buts. Just be a good servant and do as you're told. Do I make myself clear? She left before I could respond, as usual. Retstom, huh? Nope. Still doesn't ring any bells, but if this strange old man could tell us how to escape the loop, that'd be a big step forward. My heart beat faster just at the thought of it. I have to wait until the afternoon for the main event. I still had the first part of the day free. I decided to go see if I could find a way to use that time productively. Free time. 12:59, we'd set up the machine and had our leap suits on ready. Now we just had to wait. When it was almost time, Hiruko spoke up suddenly. Let's do a recap before we leave. Last time, which timeline are we leaping to? The Retstom timeline. And what's our objective? To find the old man and ask him about the curse cycle. Good, I'm glad that you have a grasp on the basics. The moment she finished speaking, I saw the time change to 1 p.m. in the corner of my eye. You want to get going? Hiruko pressed the red button and the two of us stepped into the round platform. No. Yes, let's do this. You know, I just realized that's the same effects as the serial battle route. So this is the Retstom timeline. Everything looks just the same to me. Were you expecting to see dinosaurs walking around or something? It's my third time leaping into a parallel universe, but it still doesn't feel real. In a broad sense, these alternate timelines aren't that different from our own. By the way, what about our leap suits? We're keeping them on. You never know when we might run into someone unexpectedly. I thought you remembered what happened in this timeline. Do you remember what you had for dinner 3 nights ago? I've been doing this for at least 146 loops. I can't remember every detail from every timeline. Oh, never thought of it like that. So, what do we find? Where do we find this old man we're looking for? Like I said, I found him outside a cave the first time. I don't know where he'll be now. It's worth a try there. Okay, let's check it out. I don't see any caves. Yeah, this is where we run into the other group. How much farther is it? What? Do you have a problem with walking? No, I was just asking. Let's stop flapping your gums and start moving your feet. Or curl up in a ball like an armadillo. I'll kill you all. I'll kick you all the way there. Pardon me for breathing. I guess it wasn't there. As Hiruko asked him, the part about staying quiet and walking, that is, we made our way through the ruined town, but just as I was turning the corner. A strangled cry escaped my mouth. I tried to smother it, but it was too late. There was really only one thing I could think about now, getting away from here fast. I looked at Hiruko and saw her helmet move up and down. A nod. That was our signal. We turned and began sprinting as fast as we could.
Hey, wait!
Who the heck are you guys?
The other two chased us. We had to shake them off. We did everything we could to get away, turning corners, ducking down side streets, cutting through abandoned houses. After running around like that for a while, it finally seemed like we're safe. There was no sign of our pursuers, so we stopped to catch our breath. Who the heck? Who was that back there? You really need to ask? It was this timeline's version of Darumi and you. But it's not like in the killer zombie branch. I don't remember anything like this happening before. I can think of 2 possible explanations. Either you have experienced it but don't remember, or you're going to experience it at some point in the future. In the future? Can that just... No, that can't be right. I'm determined not to go through this loop again. This will be the last time I experience these 100 days. So there's no way I'm seeing something that I haven't lived through yet. At least we got away from them. If they'd gotten a hold of us and taken off our suits, we'd really be in trouble. Yeah, I don't want to have to end up fighting myself again. They're probably still nearby. We should get moving before they find us. What the crap? They're gonna make me, like, travel there? That's weird. I wasn't expecting that. Oof, we made it here. Where's the old man? I thought I already explained this. I met him once during a previous loop. There's no guarantee he'll be... Marinate! We both spun around and standing there. My apologies. I meant you are late. It's my age. My memory isn't as good as it used to be. That doesn't mean... That doesn't seem like the kind of mistake you could chalk up to forgetfulness. Marinating is actually the process of soaking food to soften them up. I could tell you are a wonderful recipe for I could tell you a wonderful recipe for ginger marinated squash. I was just about to ask him to get to the point, but Hiruko beat me to the punch. Sir, I believe you're familiar with the curse cycle. You mentioned it to me before. Well, it wasn't really before from your ear's perspective. Point is, I've heard you mention that phrase. Ah, yes. Its stats look good, and once you equip it, you can't take it off. That's cursed equipment like you find in RPGs. This isn't a physical object we're talking about. It's the loop, yes. The time loop, that's what you young people call it, isn't it? So what do you know about it? The curse cycle, it is a legend passed down in this land since time immemorial. A legend? There once existed a race with the blood of God running through their veins, the so-called Brethren of the Blood. This was long, long ago, but who knows? There may still be some out there today. This is weird, what? These people were created by God's own will, who lived a blessed life. Till one day, evildoers from a distant land appeared, and by use of secret arts, created copies of the Brethren. God was angry and visited a terrible retribution upon a number of these copies. That is what came to be known as the cursed cycle. Indeed, a truly dreadful punishment. A prison constructed not of brick and mortar or iron bars, but of time itself. Those within it were forced to watch history repeat itself over and over again in an endless loop. That is the cursed cycle. As for those trapped inside, not even I know what became of them. Perhaps they linger there still, never able to leave, constantly longing for the sweet release of death. And they all lived happily ever after. Nothing about that was happy. Sir, we're looking for a way to leave this loop. Can you tell us anything that might help us? There's no mention of anything like that in the legends. Our shoulders slumped in disappointment. But now that your tension's hit, I mean, now that you mention it, there was somebody researching the cursed cycle many years ago. His name was, Norir Inon. Now long dead, he was impressive polymath in his time. He excelled in the study of both folklore and particle physics. I've heard that Professor Inon compiled the results of his research, his life's work, into a single volume. One of his goals with it was to prove the potential existence of the cursed cycle and examine its mechanics from a scientific perspective. What's this book called? Reflections of Imprecatory Metempsychosis. I know it all sounds very occult, but it's got no relation to cursed spirits or sorceries. It's in case you were wondering. But will it tell us how to get out of the loop? I've never read it myself, so I can't say for sure, but there's a chance it could offer you some clues. Hiruko and I looked at each other and nodded. I must say, you two are dressed rather strangely. Have you maybe come from space? Well, in a way. Something like that. We thanked the old man and went our way. We returned to the lab, and from there we leapt back to the steady, fundamental timeline. On our arrival, we took off the leap suits and talked about what we should do next. Our only lead is Professor Inon's Reflections of Imprecatory Metempsychosis. Where do we even start looking for something like that? True, there's no sign of any libraries anywhere outside the school. We'll just have to try inside the school then? Walk back to the school, head to the library. Hiruko and I spent the rest of the day and most of the night searching the library for index lists. So good, there's no sign of that book ever been here. Nothing else by Professor Inon either. This message came up when I searched from the PC though. Records in the data are incomplete. New books may have been added to the collection without the index being updated. So we have to start searching the stacks manually? Have you seen how many books are there? I'm afraid that's our only option. Staring in bewilderment at the rows of books, documents lined throughout the wall. It's getting late though. Let's call it a day for now. The next defensive battle's tomorrow night, so we could be fine to start look during the day. Speaking of which, you remember which commander attacks tomorrow, don't you? I nodded. Yeah, it's Ava. We need to think about what to do with her as well. Save her and get commune. Once we got to the roof, I parted ways with Hiruko and went back to my room. What do we do with Ava, huh? Thought about it, alright. I got into bed and thought about it for several hours. By the time I'd reached an answer, it was already starting to get light out. With that, that is going to be the end of our episode. Oh my goodness, this is awesome. And it's cool that we got to see the Ret Snob side of it. Thank you, Siri. It's cool we got to see the Ret Snob side of the leap suits. It's really fun to be able to actually answer a lot of those questions. And I guess every single one of them, except for the invasion hunt. But at one point we did intercept Takumi and like knocked him out and said, this is nothing to do with the invasion hunt. We're not with them. I remember that. So we're going to do that at some point. So Takumi has a different type of time loop that Hiruko does. Hiruko is just like constantly looping, creating branches. Us, we're kind of like very strict and linear on most of them, and only branches are based off of the decisions of the time, which is very interesting and very weird of a mechanic. Well, everybody, thank you all so much for coming to join us. Make sure you like and hang out next time. YouTube land, be safe out there.